Hey there, Salvatore'S kitchen fans. How you going, man? Okay, today we're going to do beef stroganoff with basmati rice. Now, a little background. I was actually married to a Russian or two. It's not exactly traditional. It's the way I do it, but they really liked it. I don't have any capsicum today. I would have liked to put some capsicum in here or fresh mushrooms. I'm just going to do it the way I do it when I don't have a lot of ingredients lying around, but it's still really tasty nonetheless. Okay, so in this bowl, I've diced up a whole onion and about half a clove of garlic. So I'm going to throw this in a preheated fry pan with extra virgin olive oil. And over here, I've already got some basmati rice that I prepared earlier. That's been drained, okay? So you want to just caramelize this onion, to the stage where it's clear, and then we'll put some meat in. So, talking about the meat, I'll just grab it. I've got some of that rump steak left over. It's about 300 grams of rump. I trimmed the fat off because if there's too much fat in it, it actually tastes a bit weird. So I've trimmed that up. Got my onion there cooking, and the other couple of ingredients that we're going to throw in later. I've got some Holbrook's Worcestershire sauce and my favorite Kikkoman soy sauce. That's going to go in later when we cook the meat. And I'll be adding some cream. Now you can use smetana, the Russians say, which would be sour cream. I've got some cream that I need to use. It's just the standard thickened cream. So I'm going to use that. Then we're going to thicken it up with some corn flour. So I'm going to grab that while that is cooking. I'm just going to put it on the bench here to get me ready. So just for a prop, so I'm going to use regular thickened cream from Woolworths, but it's really nice with this as well. Ideally, you don't really want to boil it too long. This, again, you would put this in the end, really, for the last few minutes. You don't want to cook it right up front. So I'm going to be using this one, though, today. I've also I've got some lovely parsley from my garden here, soaking in water. That's going to be the garnish. And I might add a little bit of chili for me. So if I forget, this is the thickener that I'm going to use as well. So what I've got in here is some corn flour and a little splash of water, about quarter of a teacup, nicely mixed in there. By the way, that's the secret that the Chinese use when they thicken your Chinese sauce. It's a little bit of corn flour and water. Can you imagine? Alright. So, I don't know if you can see that. It's caramelized. It's getting clear. So I'm going to throw my meat in there. There she goes. Spread it out. And so I did actually put a little bit of salt on there earlier. I'm going to put some pepper. This is ground cracked pepper again, a good quantity this time. And I will put just another, maybe half a teaspoon of salt in there. So it may be a teaspoon of salt. And then we're just doing like a stir fry at the moment. As I said, this is really nice with a bit of red capsicum and some fresh like portobello mushrooms. I do have canned mushrooms, but they've got a bit of a, you know, like an acid in there or something like that, and then it's going to change the flavor. I did do that in the past, but I don't really want to do that today. So better the devil you know. I'll keep it simple, and we'll cook it like this. So this is going to take a few minutes. Just to, you know, like not bore you to death, I'm going to pause it, and I'll come back when it's more cooked. Back in a sec. All right, I'm back. You know what? I actually changed my mind. I am going to add some mushrooms into this, just a few, because I really feel like some mushrooms today. So that was some champignon pieces and stems from Woolworths. So the ingredients are the champignon mushroom, water, acidity regulator, which is citric acid. And like something, you know, I used to do that in my cafe. So my cafe restaurant. By the way, if you didn't know, I actually was a chef. I had 2 cafe restaurants here in town. I worked in restaurants. Alright, so I'm going to let that mushroom cook now, given that I changed my mind. They're generally a little cooked in the can. Need salt. But I'm going to add some salty things now. So, alright, Worcestershire sauce. A good splash of that. Soy sauce. Have a guess. A good splash of that. Now those two things are actually a little acidic. So while I remember, I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in there to counteract the acidity. So that Worcestershire sauce smells really awesome. Okay, so next stage is some cream, full fat cream, really good dollop, like half of that. And remember I said you want the cream only in the end, really. So we're going to put a little bit of this corn flour to thicken it, just a little bit, and then we see how that goes. Can you see that? Now at this point I really like the pepper, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Also, I decided to add a little bit of chili. I've run out of the fresh stuff, so I'm going to put a dab of this. If I was off camera, I'd use a teaspoon. But I think that'll do. By the way, I didn't use all of the mushrooms. There's still some in this basket over here. So, okay, can you see that that's actually thickened up? Yeah, it's thickening really nicely. Yeah. So now you got to taste test it. The salt's good. I'm going to try a little bit of meat. So I noticed, this is why you want to use fresh mushrooms if you can. I noticed the acidity straight away, but it's still really tasty. Honestly, I'm going to turn that heat down because it's nice and thick. Can you see that thickness there? Bring this over, right? Okay, so that is ready. Now what we're going to do, dish up a plate for me. Got my lovely little Harry Potter plate again. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, it just looks good on camera. Take some of our basmati rice. I don't really need a lot tonight. Good hit of this with some sauce. I got to turn the heat off, turn everything off, cover everything. Nice bit of sauce there, nice bit of meat, and we want a bit of my parsley. I'm pretty happy with that. There we go, beef stroganoff on basmati rice. Bon appetito to me. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. God bless. Teacher Sal out.